All right, so we are going to go ahead and get started. Welcome. Thanks, everyone, so much for hanging out with us tonight. We're going to try to rip through this information. I think you're going to find this a very informative webinar, and I think that you're going to find his software an amazing software that can definitely amp up your Amazon business. So I'm going to just mute my video real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the webcast. All right, so you can see here we're going to be talking with Alex Moss. He is the creator developer of Tactical Arbitrage, which is a phenomenal software that you're going to hear about here in a little bit. Before we get into that, just want to tell you a little bit. Right now, it's actually you can basically look at over 100 different websites and compare those to the Amazon, to what they sell for on Amazon. So he's going to get into that. Before we do that, though, here's the deal, because I'm giving away over $300 worth of inventory, giving away some great Lego sets, some great Nerf sets. But in order for you to enter into that prize, you got to do one thing for me. So I'm going to show you a link here in a second, and what I'm asking you to do is if you can share this on your page. So if you go to Amazing Freedom in Facebook, and I have a post right here, and if you can then just come down and if you can hit the share button, Nate is actually then, it tells exactly how many people have shared it. So if you share it, you are going to be entered in for that prize. Now here's the deal. So you're going to get $300 of inventory from me that you can send into Amazon and make $300 cash right away. And it's hard for me to do because the Nerf that I have is a tough one to give away. I've been holding on to that one for a long time. But not only that, at the end of the webinar, that person who Nate is going to auto-generate in a number system, you are going to also be able to get the software that Alex offers for 3 months for free. So it's actually over a $600 value. So if you don't share it, that's fine, because maybe only 10 people will share it. That means you got a 1 in 10 chance of basically winning $600. So, but if you want to be in that drawing for those Legos, for the Nerf, and as well as for 3 months free, all you got to do is hit the share button. You can see it on my screen right here. This is the post. Just hit that share button. Nate will write your name down, and then at the end of the webcast, we're going to draw that name, and so you'll find out if you won it or not. So you got a $600 chance. I mean, you're going to win $600, and I imagine not very many folks are going to share it, maybe. I don't know. But you're going to have a pretty good chance to win that. All right? So that is the share button, and Nate is also putting the links in the chat. But if you don't see the links that he's putting, just if you type in Amazing Freedom in the search bar on Facebook, you'll be able to find those. So let's get back to real quick slideshow. We did that already, and now I'm going to hand the show over to Alex. He's going to share his screen, and he's going to tell us about this great and amazing software, Tactical Arbitrage. So Alex, it's all you.
Hey. All right, let me just share my screen here. Share the screen. Okay, can everybody see this?
Yep.
All right, fantastic. So there's probably a few people, most people probably know what online arbitrage is, but there's got to be a few here who don't know what online arbitrage is. So in short, it is purchasing from one retail store and then selling that on Amazon and FBA and trying to get a return on investment. So traditionally the system was you go to a retail store and you might start scouring the clearance section, and you'll find a product that you think might be worthwhile, and you might copy the title, and then you go over to Amazon and you'll paste the title, and then that'll bring up the products, and then you'll try and find the correct match, and then you'll look at the price, and then maybe there's nothing in it for you, and then you go back, and then a couple of hundred products later, you've wasted eight hours of your day, and you might have found one item, and that can be a very long day, and it can be a very painful day. And when I first got into FBA, I I saw the potential, but I thought there has to be a faster way to do this. And I thought, well, if there's got to be a faster way to do this, it's got to be done with software. And then I cracked open that can of worms, and I realized that I had unleashed a Pandora's box of necessary code to make this happen. So I've been working with, I've been laying developers to waste on the roadside when they haven't fulfilled my my needs to get this software made. But along the way, I eventually got to a point that I'd created something that I was really, really happy to work with, and that was generating me a lot of sales. Now, at some point, my dad got really sick, and I couldn't operate Amazon the same way that I wanted to. So I spoke to my developers and said, I still really want to get this made. I can't put the hours in to be sending in the stock anymore, but how about we make this multi-userable? Now, the guys said, this is a monumental task to make it multi-userable, but I pushed and I pushed and I pushed, and anyway, we eventually cracked the code, and we have what we have here today, which I think is an extremely useful tool for anybody wanting to get into online arbitrage. And I would like to show it to you. So on this page here, as Andy said, we've got 100 sites now. We've got sites across Canada, the United Kingdom, and the United States. And most of our stores are still in the United States. We do get requests for additional United Kingdom stores and Canadian stores, thanks to Jacob Topping, every couple of days. But we try and integrate those guys as much as possible. And we're not just limited to that. We're looking at adding stores from Germany and Japan and France. And, you know, this software will work across multiple countries, and there's really no point in limiting it if we can expand it to its full potential. So at this stage, it's primarily a United States platform, but also the United Kingdom and Canadian sellers can take advantage at this point too. So when you first sign up to the software, you'll be greeted with this page here. And although it may look a little foreign, it's actually not as complex as it seems. I try and keep this update section a little bit populated with what's happening, but my Facebook group, FBA Tactical Arbitrage, we usually list what sites we've added for the day, and we're literally trying to add around 15 sites a week at the moment. So my goal is to add hundreds of sourcing sites, not just 100, but hundreds. I want to be able to have another webinar with you guys in 6 weeks' time and go 200 sites on tactical arbitrage. And if I haven't hit that goal, then then I'll be pushing for it. Jacob says thousands. Well, thousands is possible, Jacob. You know, in the top 10,000 Alexa ranked sites alone, there's 1,000 stores. So many people source off just the same stores all the time, and I want to break that mold. I want you to be able to source, you know, a random, smaller, lesser-known site. Like we've just added one called Miniature Market the other day. We're adding the smaller stores as well. We just added Palmetto State Armory. You know, I've made some good flips on Palmetto State Armory, not with any of their hazmat stuff, but maybe just from holsters. And you know, we don't even have guns in Australia, but if I can flip it, I will flip it. So on the product search page here, you've got a list of sites, and by tomorrow, I think any site which is using what's called universal product code matching will probably have a little asterisk next to here, or in brackets it'll say UPC. So we're just working on that now so people can recognize when it's a UPC matched code, matched site. And we could run a scan. Why don't we'll do everybody wants target, and I popped in here earlier to target, and I found a category. Now for target, instructions pop up on the side here which say in the URL it will tell you an N number. You want the code after the N. Now every site's different. Some sites will need the entire URL, as you can see here, and we almost have every single page with one of these little graphical guidelines on the side here to help you know what to select, with a couple of examples on the side here as well. So going back to target, I'll grab this N code here and we'll stick that in there. Start page, we'll just scrape a couple of pages. Now, I'm a Doubly member. Now with Doubly, target has at the moment 1%, and if you're a VIP, you get 6% more. So that will be 7% additional cash back for me. Let's remove any out of stock products, because I don't want you to see a bunch of products that look like great deals that are already sold out. Now, a reason you might not want to remove out of stock products is because this is out of stock online. So you might leave that box unticked and then check if these products are available at your local store if you see some good deals. Now, what are these filters here? So I've tried to make it simple by putting these little blue question marks next to every single filter to explain. So for instance, remove ranks too low. When the Amazon filtering begins, you can eliminate those ranks that are not acceptable to you. For example, toys over a rank of 200,000. So you would enter 200,000 here, for example. And all of these have reasons. So I'm just reading the comments as well. That is huge. Hate seeing a bunch of items that have ranks way too high. So I can remove that for now if you want, Nathan. Removing out of stock products is good. Removing oversized products. Personally, there's no problems with oversized products with me, but I do recognize that there's an additional shipping charge to get stuff in there, and sometimes that could be cost prohibitive. Now, we actually also have down here, you can put in a cost per pound to ship to Amazon. So if you want to calculate, say, 75 cents per pound, and we can say only keep the data if the gross return on investment is at least, say, 25%, for instance. So every one of these filters has a function. For now, I'm going to keep it real loosey-goosey and just leave it without filters so we can see that view data page fill up quickly. Because obviously the more filters we put in there, like don't show oversized, don't show unless we see a certain profit, the slower the view data page will populate. So let's submit that page. Is everyone following along so far? Nate McAllister's in the house. Whoop, whoop. There you go, mate. Okay, so the software begins to do its thing. See, product 1 was out of stock, and it'll tell you, we skipped this one, it was out of stock. The second one, we got a match via universal product code, and so we added that one, and so on. And we get this little bit of data going on here so that at any point you can actually see what's happening. Now, we're actually adding a really exciting feature soon to make this scanning even faster. While the view data page fills up, I just want to mention it because I was speaking to a mate of mine, Frankie Wells, and we started talking about what if somebody has visited the page in the last couple of days and in your settings you say, well, I'm okay with slightly older data. So if you set it so that you're happy to see a page that's less than, say, 4 hours old and somebody's been there, then you can have that data appear like a lot quicker. So this is the feature that we're working on at the moment. It's a caching feature, and you can expect to see that integrated in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to go to view data page now and see if we're starting to see any results. Okay, so we just added this cool feature here, this set columns visibility, because one of the huge advantages of tactical arbitrage is that it's not limited to one browser or one website. It is a web portal. So you might want to sit on your iPad in your lounge room and operate this software and not be limited by the constraints of iOS, and you just wanted to sit on your laptop, or You know, if you're really keen, I'm sure you can even run this on your Android phone from bed. But seeing this big string of data here, it doesn't always fit on an iPad. So you can set the columns visibility and remove some of these rows, some of these columns, I should say, and just see the ones that are relevant to what you want to look at. So we had a customer request for that, and we love to deal with the customer requests as soon as they come in. So we had that in place in one day, and needless to say, we had an impressed customer. So that's the goal in the end of the day. All right, so what are we seeing here? The very first item it found had a price of $28.34 on target. Now I've allocated my doubly percentage discount of 7%, and that's brought it down to $26.36. Now it's selling for $38.99 on Amazon, and after the FBA calculations come in, $28.64. I mean, it's not an exciting gross profit, but it is the very first item on the list, so it's unusual that we'll see something so quickly, and there's a gross ROI of 9%. And there's a sales rank of 137,000. What does that translate to into the keeper graphs? We can always mouse over there and see if we're seeing sales. And every one of those green spikes is of course a sale. So,
and Alex, I like the layout of this. It all looks real clean, and the way that you've been able to get everything on there and the pictures and everything, it's really easy to read. And I also want to point out, you know, once we start getting a bunch of items in here, if we go to the left, you can make it so you can see more than just 10 results, right?
Oh, of course. We can pop that down to see 25, 50, 100 results. And by default, it's actually set to show up to 300 lines. Now, the page can get heavy if it shows a lot of lines, and but sometimes we've got a bulk feature scan in there now, so we can actually have it so you can type in all the URLs. So one thing I should make clear is it actually goes from page to page to page. You don't have to start on a page and then see what that page has, and then check another page and check another page. If there's 100 pages of toys, you can set it to scan from page 1 to page 100, and that's a really good opportunity to go and sit on the couch and play with the kids, or maybe you want to package up some boxes to send into Amazon. But either way, the software is working for you. Now we've added to that a bulk scan feature, so you might want to put in a URL of toys, a URL of sports, a URL of home and garden. And go from pages 1 to 100 on toys, 1 to 25 on home and garden, and you can walk away. So it is possible that these 300 lines will fill up. So we've just added a feature in the settings that, providing you're not experiencing any real page load problems, you can take that up to 1,000 lines now. Now you're gonna get less lines if you set your return on investment to only show return on investments over, say, 40%, for instance. Then it's unlikely, if your filters are set, that you'll even reach the 300 lines. But if you've got a really big bulk scan, and maybe you're scanning one of the sites which doesn't have great matches, sometimes you'll get extra lines in there that you'll want to go in and clean up. And you can clean up stuff pretty easy. There's an X button over here which lets you remove a product. So we can just get rid of that one. And we can maybe select a few of them and delete those ones. And we've also got a save button here, so we can save. Oh, I haven't actually selected anything, but we might like this one here, this 9% ROI one. I mean, it's not a great ROI, but just for the sake of example, we can save this one. And if we duck on into the save list, that's sitting there now. Now, what's kind of cool is we can create a new folder called Target Toys. All right, and we might pop this Lego one into, we might move that one to Target Toys. All right, and then we can go and have a look at the Target Toys later. So you can make some replen lists in there, and that'd be kind of a nice thing to sort of present to. Maybe you've got a virtual assistant, and they might want to work with these lists, or maybe you just want to keep everything nice and categorized from your finds before you go back to your product search page and delete everything you've found. So Back to the view data page.
Alex, I just want to stop and talk real quick though about how, I mean, if we can go back to the scanning page real quick. I mean, I know you touched on this, but I know just in the short while I've been using it, how crazy it is. Like you already said, that you can literally set some of these features and hit scan or, hit submit, and literally, like you said, go and pack up some boxes or sit on the couch, whatever it is. And it's doing all the work for you behind the scenes as you're doing something else. I know for me, that's been, one of the biggest things for it. And like you said, one of your upcoming features is it's going to be even faster. So you might not even have time to go away because it's going to be so fast. I know you're saying, but I think that's been so amazing to me so far that I can go pack up some boxes or do whatever and come back, and all of a sudden I have 180 results of scanned products that are, basically telling me what I'm looking for. So it's just made it so much easier so far, what I've seen from it.
That's great for you to say that. Yeah, well, one of the things that I really didn't want to have to sit down. I've got a toddler and I wanted to spend time with my daughter. So I kind of made it for that reason, so that I could set it to scan multiple pages and then go and take her to the park for a couple of hours and come back and see the results just sitting on my view data page waiting for me to sort through. And we've got a guy called Nick Perry, who's a really great member of ours. He works a full-time job as well. So he starts the day running a scan, and he'll come home and he'll purchase from the view data page at the end of the day. So anybody who's thinking of transitioning from their current full-time job into full-time FBA, this really helps to bridge the gap. You can really just start that scan, go to work for the day, come back and check your results. And I was stoked when Nick told me about that, because I actually hadn't considered that possibility. I was already full-time FBA, and it just helps me realize that it's helping more and more people than I realized. Okay, so I want to talk about best practices for a second here, because a lot of users are getting it and they're working with the software and they're getting results, and they're paying for their subscription in a day because they're running the correct scans the right way. And there's a handful of people who just go, oh, I'll just pick a site here at random. I'm just going to pick a random category, and then they run it, and then they say, well, there wasn't too many in that, and you can totally find deals doing it that way, and I'm not negating that method. But what I like to do is go to a coupon site like Retail Me Not, and this morning, for instance, I spent 5 minutes just searching for the UPC related stores on Retail Me Not, and something like here, Best Buy has got like 20% off one regular price small kitchen appliance. So there's a whole category of like a couple of thousand kitchen appliances in there, which today, for example, is 20% off every one of those appliances. And, I was talking to Andy before about how Memorial Day weekends this weekend. We don't have Memorial Day here in Australia, but I understand that's a day which has a lot of deals on websites in the States. So what you would do is you would select one of these sites, and it might be a 20 or 25% off a certain category, or sometimes it's site-wide. Toys R Us is notorious for doing site-wide type discounts. And so you stack your promotions there. You've got 20% off the site or the category, plus maybe Ebates or WVIP is giving you a few percent, or maybe 7%. And those calculations will come in here in this adjusted price column. And it's this adjusted price column which matches against the FBA payout to calculate your gross profit and your gross ROI. So that's kind of cool. Now, there's a few extra little things happening on this page. Like if this is green, that means that the UPC has matched perfectly. Here's one down here where the UPC has not matched perfectly, and you can actually kind of see that that might be the same product, to be honest. One's just got the face already attached and one hasn't. We've tried to make this side-by-side matching as obvious as possible. so that you can easily and quickly identify if something is a match or isn't a match. We've also got a feature where if this is a certain color in the Amazon buy box price column, that's actually an MF seller. And so what it'll do, if you've got the right keys set up in your settings page, it'll actually add the price of the sale plus shipping. So if it's $21.18 plus $5 shipping, it'll say $26.18 here. And that's going to increase your gross ROI accordingly there.
Hey Alex, can we go to like the first row and just get a quick rundown of each of the columns there? So like, I mean, title I think we know, but can we maybe just go through from left to right, give us the quick 5-second each column rundown of what we're looking at, and then maybe in your opinion, what you feel is like the most helpful that we're looking at, and kind of the most helpful and what you think separates you, or what's really going to be helpful for the user here. And if I'm looking at this for the first time, it's kind of confusing the first time. I know it's not really confusing, but just help us understand it clearly and why this is so helpful, this information we're getting.
Okay, so on the left-hand side here, it's the first product we've looked at, which is on target. And if I was to go in and have a look here, you can actually see it threw away these first couple of products, but it is sitting here.
Again, because it's only grabbing items that meet our criteria, the items that we want to show up in our data list. So it's only going to show us the useful items, really.
100%. We might have filtered some items out. So some of those first few items on the list there may be out of stock. They may not. We might have said we only want products that are selling on Amazon for at least $20 because we don't want to mess around with any like $9.50 products. So there's a filter there for that. And so as you're saying, anything showing here meets our criteria. So this is the source title at the source. This is the source image at the source. This is the price. So in this case, it's target. This is the adjusted price after our after we've put in, say, I put in I think a doubly code of 7%, but we might have in there additionally a store-wide promotional discount as well. This is the title on Amazon and the image on Amazon. This is the category that it sells in and the ASIN. This is the UPC on Amazon and the UPC at the source. This is the price it's currently selling for on Amazon.
Alex, can I hold you real quick? We got a couple questions about the UPC. I think about the UPC and the color coding, and I know you mentioned it real briefly again. Can we just go over again? Green UPC code means that it matched on the website and on Amazon, no issues. It matched correctly.
Absolutely. And red means it didn't, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a match. As anybody who's been in the game a little while knows that sometimes it can be a mismatch, but it's still an exact match.
So what happens is when someone creates an Amazon listing, they may not use the correct UPC code when they're creating the listing, maybe is one of the issues. So they use an incorrect UPC code. So even though Target has the correct code in, the Amazon listing might not, or it might not even be available there. And so once it tries for the UPC code, because the UPC code is the default, right, Alex? That's the first thing it always tries to match.
Yes. So absolutely. The very first thing it'll look for is this site currently coded in our system as a UPC site? Now, if the source site has UPC, that's the first thing we'll try and do is we'll grab it. Unfortunately, a lot of stores don't have UPC, but so far a little over a quarter of our sites are UPC encoded. And so the first thing it'll do is look at UPC. Now, the second thing it will look at this stage is the title, although a little bit of behind the scenes information. I've been speaking with Nick Perry, who I was talking about before, and we're looking at including some algorithms to check image matching. And we want to kind of slot that once it's complete in between UPC matching and title matching, because title matching can be very good on some sites, and you can get identical matches all day long with some sites. Other sites like Big Lots, for example, the title is written so poorly that the title match is suspect at best, and we consider actually removing these sites from our database after seeing that the matching is reasonably poor. So image matching is exciting. It'll be as if this doesn't have a UPC match, for instance, but it can tell from this site to this site that, darn if that isn't the exact same image. And so then it'll select that as the next match. So it is a super cutting edge way of doing things, and it is probably going to take a little while to implement, but we have cracked open the code with the developers and started to examine it. And once we get our next major features out of the way, image matching is another way we will be implementing this. Can I talk about a fourth way that's super exciting to me without getting off track too much? You want me to complete these columns first? Because I digress a lot.
Yeah, let's complete them real quickly. And then we had a question I know the answer to, but they're asking, can we sort the columns by clicking the columns at the top? And that is possible for anything, right? So I know for me,
live right now.
And that's lightning fast. I mean, you're doing that live and it's like instant.
Oh yeah, we got Ajax. So we've encoded this. It's a web portal, so there's a lot of super quick things like that we can do.
Yeah, and I know for me, seeing the gross ROI is one of the best things to be able to sort.
That's the go-to. This is obviously a mismatch here. We've got a gross ROI of 13,324%, which would be lovely. But let's have a look for one. See if we've got anything cool going on in here. Let's go down. We've got 48%. We've got so I'll go along here. We've got the gross ROIs. Eligible for Prime. It's a little bit the same as this Amazon buy box price here. It kind of gives the same data. We've got a color-coded thing here which tells you if it's an MF seller, but we've got a minus here as well if it's an MF seller, and a plus if it's going to be Amazon or FBA. New sellers is the number of sellers you're competing against. Weight is pretty self-explanatory, as is product size, and over here is you've got the sales rank on that item. So we might see here we've got a 47% gross ROI on this little Our Generation dance doll outfit. Is it selling? Yeah, it's selling. Yeah, I mean you wouldn't knock that one back. It's selling for $22.97. How's it holding the price? Well, it's been holding that price pretty well for some time. RIP, Our Generation dance doll outfits. Well, everybody goes and buys that at with $5.29 profit per item, and only 17 other sellers. So so there you go. You can pull out deals that way, and yes, those columns are sortable.
Nice. And Alex, what does the red in the Amazon buy box column mean again?
Okay, so if it's a non-FBA seller, if it's a third-party seller that's currently holding the buy box, there's a reason they're currently holding the buy box. It's because even their price plus their shipping is still it's still better, plus some other algorithms, than than Amazon giving that to themselves or an FBA seller. So the buy box price there, if this is red, it means that we were messing around yesterday and I was changing some settings, but normally this is green for me. So if this is red, this is what they are currently selling the item for on Amazon, and it's a third-party seller, somebody who drop ships, basically. If it is green, it also includes the cost of their shipping price. So if they've got a $4 shipping price, this would be $41.99. And every other day up till this moment, it's been green for me, because last night we were changing some of the MWS keys in the back end to run some tests for United Kingdom. Otherwise, I'd have that green there. I can't go and put the keys in my settings page right now because you'll all see my keys. So I have to hide that from you. But that's basically what it does there. If that's red, it's showing that it's a third-party drop shipping seller. If it's any color besides black, it's a third-party guy. Can you post on the website somewhere what the color coding means? Okay, so up here it says what do all the columns mean. So you can go up here, and what I'm explaining right now is all easily found on the page. You always got to look for these little help question marks. Did you have any more questions there? No?
I think we're going to do a little Q&A once we get going a little further. So I think we want to, if you want to go through, I think we've seen a lot of cool features already, and we just, only looked at one out of, 100 websites basically. But, just the amount of websites. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you're adding websites, and, just the sheer number of websites that are going to be added, and the rate that they've been being added so far and what you see that doing going forward.
Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about the future of tactical arbitrage, because right now we've got a super solid platform, and we are, as Nathan said, adding sites daily. We're trying to add up to 15 sites a week. They're not all US. We're trying to cater to the UK and the Canadian markets as well, but probably at least 10 of the sites each week are US. Now, there's multiple ways that we can add them. Some websites are extremely temperamental, and they deliberately make it difficult for us to integrate them. Others are super easy, and we can use APIs and whatnot. So either way, we one of the main places we're getting our new websites from at the moment is on Facebook. All the time I'm getting requests, can you please add this, can you please add that? Somebody asked me a couple of days ago, can you please add Sports Authority? I mean, I added it. I don't know how long Sports Authority has got left to live, but at this point, their online site is ticking along quite nicely, so sure. The customer's always right, so we've added Sports Authority. Now, I want to show a couple of behind-the-scenes things if I can. So this is my administration portal. Now, why am I showing this? I'm showing this because we're integrating a system soon, which will be for advanced users. Now, the advanced users, particularly those who have, Upwork accounts, who have hired some developers, you can add in data to add your own site.
And Alex, so we're kind of getting to, like, we've seen some of the basic features of tactical arbitrage that are awesome, but we're kind of getting to next level stuff here. This is for people that, like you said, a little more technical and maybe looking to have their own developer kind of come in and stuff. Is that what we're looking at here?
Yeah. Initially, it'll be bring your own developer, but eventually there'll be like a plugin where you can grab some of the data that you need yourself without needing a developer. But maybe the advanced features is something that I should save for another webinar. But certainly, we are integrating a feature where you will be able to add your own site. Kenya Kingsbury says, no, keep going.
I think people are interested, but
definitely. I want to hear this. And I just want to add too, so 2 years ago, I met a seller who basically had a system that was similar, and he was keeping it all himself. Now, he sells $5 million a year, all online arbitrage, and he's basically doing something similar. And so this is what I think is amazing, is now 2 years later, you've created this platform that we can all basically source the same way that this $5 million seller I know has been sourcing for 5 years.
And now adding...
Sorry, go ahead, Nathan. I
was just going to say, what you're bringing up here, though, basically adds an element where, unlimited possibilities to some extent. Like you said, there's, the top 1,000 or top million, whatever you said it is, 1,000 stores. I mean, there's so many options that are out there for sourcing.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you know what? Like, we're putting in this system in the next couple of, I keep saying next couple of weeks, but my developers hate when I say next couple of weeks because I'm cracking the whip on them faster than they said, can you please tell us what's the most important job right now? And I said, okay, all right. But I'm bringing in this system very soon, which essentially will allow you to, on the settings page at the moment, you can select which country you want to sell at. But we're going to also have two columns there. Where do you want to buy from? Where do you want to sell at? And if the countries aren't the same countries, then a little currency conversion button will pop in. Now, this is something that came from my experiences in Australia, where I've found on the target.com.au these I found some Star Wars toys that weren't restricted, and I found some Bop It toys, which were 15 Australian dollars each at the shop here, which sell for $69.99 US. Now, why wouldn't I package those up in a box and ship them to my FBA prep and ship house in Oregon? And shout out to those guys. And why wouldn't I do that and make the profit there? But it still involved me going to the store, finding the deal. I'd like to have an Australian store in here that I could literally scan that store, use the currency conversion, add in my overseas shipping, and then find out what my return on investment would be in the States. So that's currently on the cards. Now this page here where you can add your own sites. I'm a really open sourcey kind of guy. People say protect your code, protect this, keep it closed. No, Steve Jobs. I'm not Apple. I want everybody to be able to access as many features of this as possible. And I only decided today, because originally there was going to be 2 tiers. There was going to be the existing tactical arbitrage software, and then the advanced level where people pay an extra, I guess, $50 or so a month so that they can enter their own stores. I just decided this morning, no, just allow an advanced button on the main software, and people who want to use it can use it. People who don't. And so it'll be 1 tier for all. And that's pretty much how we're going to do it. And the developers at first is going to need to go into the admin panel and provide some of this kind of code, which may look complicated, but I can guarantee you to a developer who knows anything about XPath or XSLT code, and that information will be provided, we'll be able to deal with this. And as long as they can select the title and the image, the UPC if it's there, then they'll be able to add sites.
And Alex, I just want to say real quick, like you're kind of saying this all casually, like, you know, you just want to be open and blah, blah, blah. But guys, this is kind of what Alex is doing here. This is like us getting on a webinar with, 200 people and saying, this is my Amazon account. Look at all my, that's almost what Alex is doing here. He's basically opening up his back end stuff to us, which is really cool. So I just want to say that's really, really cool of you, Alex. And I mean, I don't even appreciate it at the level where I should probably, because I'm not techie enough. But I do think it's really cool that you are so open with all this.
Oh, well, we're all a big family, I guess. And at the end of the day, I am getting a monthly subscription for the use of the software. I just don't want to be greedy about it. I think what I would like to do is just keep providing more and more and more and more features to the software so that your value for money each month is exponentially increasing, to the point that it's literally a no-brainer for anybody to use this. And one thing I really wanted to fight against, I don't want a saturation issue. I don't want to get to a point where, because at the moment I'm kind of thinking, well, do I start to sort of cap numbers and that sort of thing? And I've been talking about that, and I'm thinking, well, why don't we just add as many sites as possible and then get this open source kind of feature in there as well? And then it's kind of not really an issue anymore, I know we're sort of pressed for time, but there's a couple more exciting upcoming features that are nearly ready that I'd love to show you if you've got just a second.
Sure, Alex, and let's look at some of those features, and then let's answer one question that a lot of people have, and I know you've heard it a lot, is, how does this compare to some of the other tools that are out there already? If you just want to hit that quickly and just say, your little take on it. I know you told me already earlier, so give us some of your cool updates that you have coming up. Everyone should be excited for, and then just how you feel like this fits into the online arbitrage market for people that are looking for great tools like this.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'll show you this feature here, because this is a mock-up that I sent my developers. Now, I know this makes the view data page look more complicated, but let's say, for instance, you get a mismatch on 2 products, like this row 3 here. What I would love to do is for somebody to be able to click the right button and cycle through products until they see that it become a match. Or if that system maybe doesn't work, you could literally just enter the correct ASIN, and the person who does that will be registered with me as somebody who updated it. So it's kind of going to be gamified. So let's say somebody fixes up 100 mismatches, then I'll get notification of that, and they'll get a rebate at the end of each month against their software price. So anybody who's got a bit of spare time might want to match a few products, and that way we are crowdsourcing the matching on the sites that don't match very well. And there are some sites that don't match real good, and there are some sites who match brilliantly. But I want it so that like a little sort of purpley background appears when somebody's changed it. And see this little switch over here on the right, which says on or off. you might want to maybe not trust the person who did the match for you. So you want to just check what the original search was. So you can just flick that off and just have a look what the original one would have been. And then you can flick back to it and decide whether they were right or not. So this is kind of very close to completion. My guys were telling me that they could launch aspects of it this week. I said, I've got an important webinar coming up. Don't mess with the code too much right now. I said, why don't I just sort of tease it for now and know that it's coming. So this sort of gamified way of increasing the matching data, because it's all about accuracy and it's also about speed, and we've got some other things in the works about speeding it up as well, which I won't go into now because that.
Alex, I'll say I really like that because I mean the beauty of it is basically we're gonna be using the tool anyways, and so as we're using it, we can improve it for ourselves and then other people. So you're helping yourselves, helping other people, helping yourselves, and then like you said, you get points for it, and then in the end that can credit us even further. So it's really just. It's about making it better you're making it better for everyone, but ultimately you're making it better for yourself because, I mean, as everyone kind of helps out, it's just going to be improving the system. I really like that feature. I'm glad you're adding that.
Oh, thanks, man. I wrestled with it a bit because a couple of people said to me, can you make it just so that it just fixes my own database to make it better? And I said, I think it would be better if somebody made a match that it affected the global database so that if I'm coming along and I'm searching through a category which normally doesn't match very well, but suddenly I see a bunch of purple sites there, I'm actually grateful to the community for like helping my search process be even better than it was before. So it's a complicated addition, and we've been working on it for a little while, but I think it's really gonna be a nice sense of community to it. And it's this sense of community that we're also adding to the speeding up of the software as well. And I'm pretty excited about how that's turning out as well, and we'll have more on that soon.
Hey, Alex, someone has a question. I just want to hit this. Is an Amazon associate account needed for the software?
Okay, well, it was until we found something that we could have done right from the beginning, like a thick head that I am. So the path is this. Normally, you get an Amazon associate account, you go up to the top of the page and you ask for the product advertising keys. That takes you to another login, and you get the product advertising keys and you put them in the software. Now, the problem with getting an associate account is this. They knock back 6 states out of 50. So 44 states are like, woohoo, I got in. And 6 states are like, well, what do I do? And I'm getting all these messages going, well, I live in, I think it was Missouri. What do I do? And the other problem is that to get an associate account, they want you to provide a website link that they may or may not at some point in the future check. So we realize now that if we just go straight to step 2 and we ignore step 1, then it'll let you directly in for all 50 states and give you the product advertising keys, and it'll work for US and Canada. If you want to sell on the UK platform as well, you do need to do the original method, the longer method, which members so far have 90% of all members have been able to do, but I attribute some of the 10% drop off to people not wanting to go through that associate account sign up. So now on my frequently asked questions page, it tells you both methods. So there's a 6-minute video which shows you the super fast ways to get to get in, to get the keys you need to operate the software, which does not require an associate account. It works in all 50 states. And there's a PDF visual guide there as well. And for the lengthier method for those who want to sell on the UK platform, I've got a little video there too, which you'll need to settle in for because I think it takes me 25 minutes over the shoulder. So either way, it's not particularly taxing to complete the process from start to finish, but I prefer 5 minutes to 25 minutes. So.
Yeah, so let's just be clear here. That was the old way. The new way, anyone that's going to be going forward, it's pretty much a pretty simple process now, right? It's as simple as following a couple of buttons and your 5-minute quick video of getting in now.
Oh, it's super simple.
Okay.
And the PDF just explains it pretty simply, visually. Great big pictures, tells you where to put what. See, I don't know if you can see on this page, I'm not sure how good people's screens are, but see how it says website URL there? there's no little asterisk beside it, so you can leave that box blank. I just wrote blog for application description. I mean, that's a bit easier than actually creating a website on Wix.com or Blogger. So it's fairly straightforward to complete that process now. Whereas once upon a time, I felt it was a minor sticking point, and I think that we've eliminated that now.
Do you have to have an Amazon Pro account for this to work, Alex?
An Amazon Pro account? No.
Professional selling plan?
Well, that's a different set of keys. So the keys from your seller account are MWS keys. So the only feature that you can pretty much run this site without ever entering MWS keys. Product advertising keys are what runs the site. If you want to also add in MWS keys, which is from your seller account, that'll turn this from red to green. And all it does is this buy box price for third-party sellers, all it does is if they've got like $5 shipping, it'll just turn that from $21.18 to $26.18. So you might catch a few more deals if you've got those MWS keys in there. Now, MWS keys, the best of my belief, you do require a pro account to get those keys. So totally you can run the entire software without ever using those keys, and you'll find a ton of deals. But if you want to get that slight extra edge, then the MWS keys option is in the settings there, and for that I believe you need a pro account. Does that answer that question properly?
Yeah, I think it does. And I think there's one other, I don't know if you have anything else, but I know some people are anxious to get to the prizes we have here, so we're going to get to those in just a minute. But
I got one more thing.
Yeah, I had one question I saw that was helpful I wanted to ask was, what about items like clothing or shoes that might have multiple variations? Are we able to work with those yet?
Yes, and this is something that that actually the Chrome extension for this will come out in the next week. It's already been complete. My father was in his final days when it was basically ready for launch, so I never got around to completing the Chrome extension version of this, but the web portal of this is currently operating. So what happens is, let's say you find shoes here. These ASINs become clickable. Okay, so once you click on that ASIN, then a page will pop up and it analyzes the reviews. So let's say there's 10 pages of reviews on a shoe. At the top of each review page, and I could probably find any one, and I know I probably should have a page open in advance. So if I find, say, shoes for men, okay, thanks for bearing with me, guys, while I quickly find something here, because this is this one's only got 7 reviews on the page, but it'll do for my example. So can you see up here it says size 12, color black, size 9.5, color whiskey, size 9.5, color black. So what it does in this product variations page is it'll go through and it'll analyze. We'll just use this as an example because it's really short. We found these shoes for $15, for instance. So we'll fetch information. There's 1 page of reviews. Go. So it's going to check those reviews and it's going to extract the colors and sizes and tell you of the reviews which ones were the most reviewed sold. So in the end you'll get a nice statistical variation of whether black sells better, whether brown sells better, whether size 9.5 sells better. And so here we go, 28.6% of all shoes were size 7.5 color stone, 14.3% were black. And you know, this is much more accurate when we're scanning like 10 pages. It was one that I did earlier, which oh, that wasn't the right page. You get the idea though. So what it'll do is we've got the guys in who are big shoe and big clothes sellers who are subscribing to this software for nothing other than this products variation button, and I guess to scan for shoes and clothes. But getting that data of what percentage of which color and which size sells best, it stops you from purchasing the size 3 camouflage shoes when you know that there's less than 0.5% people even writing a review about it, and it gets you buying those black size 8s that 37% of people have left reviews about. So you know, data is beautiful, and it's just another tool.
All right. Yeah. Awesome. So, I mean, that's just like the bonus feature a lot of people don't even think about, but another great feature there. So, I mean, I think that gives us a good look at, you know, a rundown of the tool. It's pretty, I mean, it's user-friendly. Getting it set up is really easy now. I like all the features that you're planning to add. And like I said, guys, Alex is, you know, just in the last couple of weeks since we've been talking, and I met Alex back in Denver, what I really like is that he's going all in on this and adding features on a daily basis. I know you talked about that a lot, but I know we're going to be seeing a lot of features coming up here in the next couple of weeks, like you said, even though we won't tell your developers we're saying that, but we're going to be seeing a lot of features coming up here.
Please
so
don't.
yeah, I like that. So, I mean, I think that gives us a good look. I think some people are anxious to see some of the prizes. So Andy, I think we have a winner for the prize. Is that correct?
Yeah, so it's Sailor Neater Worder.
All right, so we got a winner for the prize. So congratulations there. And now I'm just going to share my screen quick here, Alex, and we're gonna go over here because we got a couple more features we want to look at here. For everyone that's anxious now, I know I'm anxious looking at this, and you know, what all we're going to be in here. So I have a couple of people asking me, like, what can we do to get, I have a couple people saying, we're excited about this. What can you offer us? So Andy and I have been talking to Alex the last couple of days. We kind of twisted his arm. We said, Alex, we're going to have a lot of people show up here. They're going to be excited. What can you give us? So we twisted his arm, and Alex came through for us, guys. So so far he's brought us this awesome tool. It's got 100 websites, and it's growing fast. Andy already showed that with us. But we twisted his arm. And not only that, but we're going to have these 100 websites, and then Alex is giving everyone here today a 10-day free trial. So this is a no-brainer, guys. We were saying this, like, anyone that just saw all those features there, I promise there's some kind of value there. And with all the new features that are coming up, there is going to be more and more value coming into this software and tool on a daily basis. And thankfully, we got Alex to give us a 10-day free trial. So if you go to the website, it's only 7-day. But we're gonna allow you to get a link here that's gonna give us a 10-day free trial. No brainer here, guys. Even if you don't go on from the 10 days, use this tool to the max in those next 10 days. And like Alex said, there's 10 to 15 new websites coming on every week. So there's probably gonna be 10 to 15 new websites that show up during that 10-day free trial. So we got him that, but guys, we didn't stop there. We kept twisting Alex's arm. So who wants to see what else we got from him? We got 100 websites here. We got the 10-day free trial. We also got 10% off for life Alex gave to our members. So this isn't just 10% off for the first month. This isn't 10% off for the first year. We got Alex to say the dreaded word. I can't believe he said it, but he said for life. I was amazed, Alex. You know, I was like, Alex, are you sure that you want us to say the word for life? I mean, that's a bold word there. So Alex came out. He said, guys, I'm totally cool with it. I'm going to do 10% off for life. So Alex has given that to us. He's given 10% off for life if you sign up today. And what I like about that is that there's, like Alex saying, there's more and more features that are being added to this on a daily basis. So if you get in now and you lock in this price at 10% off, you're going to be seeing, you know, the value going forward. It's going to be, you know, you're really going to be getting your money's worth by getting this 10% off. So all this, but you got to use our coupon code. And so we told Alex, you know, that's cool, but we're only going to do this if you give us a cool coupon code, because you know, we're not just going to be like, you know, whatever. You got to give us a cool coupon code. So we're going to put the link in the chat here for how you get this. But guys, you know, we got to do a coupon code like Slam Dunk 10. So we're going to have 100 websites here, 10-day free trial, and 10% off for life. But guys, you got to use the Slam Dunk 10 coupon code. So to do that, you got to go to this link here, this HTTP, and we'll put this in the chat here. Let me see if I can get that. Andy, do you have that in chat? Let me grab that for you guys. We'll get that in chat here, but you have to, you got to use that coupon code SLAMDUNK10 because, who wants a boring coupon code like, it's got to be something cool. So let me grab that. I don't know if we have that link there. Let me grab that and put that in chat. There we go. And the last thing was, guys, this coupon code is only good to, what was it, Alex, Sunday night?
Sunday, 9 p.m.
All right. So we only have this until Sunday night at 9 p.m. So this coupon code is only going to last to then. The 10-day free trial is only going to last to then. So make sure that you sign up through the link and use SLAMDUNK10 now, and then you'll get that free trial. Alex, if someone's already started their free trial, is there a way we can get them to the 10-day instead, upgrade them? Yeah,
sure. No problems.
Okay, so Alex, you are too giving.
Can I just chuck in there that I'm super approachable, super accessible, either on my Facebook group, FBA Tactical Arbitrage, or you can add me on Skype, which is Visual Magic 2001. I understand that sometimes when you're starting a new software or you're learning the learning curves there, 10-day free trial really helps ameliorate a lot of those issues, but also being able to talk directly to the guy who owns the software can cut through any problems that you may have with just general questions, etc. So just feel free to reach out to me. My wife will hate you for it, but please contact me and let me know if you've got any questions, and I'll do my darndest to make sure you get your questions answered. And if you've got website requests that you want to see added to the site, I'll work on getting that integrated as quickly as possible too.
Well, that's huge. And some people are asking for your Facebook group. We know you got a Facebook group that's really helpful. There's it's kind of a little community there that's helping people learn the software. Alex is in there on a daily basis in that group, answering questions. Be aware, guys, he's in Australia, so his time, your time zone, I think, is 12 or 14 hours ahead of Eastern here. So he's like a whole half a day ahead of most of us. So be aware of that, guys. He is sleeping. He has to sleep sometimes, even though I don't think he's been sleeping much with how much he's been pumping out here lately.
Yeah, if I'm sleeping, don't panic. I tend to get to all requests within half a day, and if there's any questions that you've got, I tend to jump on board and sort you out pretty quickly. So I'm all about you guys. I want us all to win and make a lot of money, to be honest.
No, that's awesome. So I just want to say this again, guys. This tool, we took a look at it. It's really awesome. The free trial is a no-brainer. I keep saying that because you might as well do the free trial. But if you want the 10-day free trial, that's part of the coupon code. So you got to do that by Sunday night as well. Get in there. Looks like Rob might be having trouble with the Slam Dunk 10 link. Is it the link that's bad, Rob, or is it the coupon code? But we'll make sure you get into that coupon code before Sunday, and then the 10% off for life, again, that's lifetime. So that's going to be reoccurring monthly. You are going to be getting that discount, which is really going to be add up.
So when you get to that, when you follow that link, you'll go to the home page, and at the very top of the page it says 1 week trial. So just to make it a little clearer, so just click on the 1 week trial, and then you'll see where it says main script, 1 month subscription. So sign up there. There is also, I might remove it actually, where it says just the review script, 1 month subscription, just to avoid confusion. But so just when you follow that link from Andy and Nathan, it'll take you to the home page. Just go up to the 1 week trial and sign up for the main script. And
you guys remember the Slam Dunk 10 needs to be in all caps. So do capital Slam Dunk and then 10. And so make sure you do the Slam Dunk all capitalized to get that coupon code to work. I think that might have been an issue with someone. And I'm just going to pull over on my screen here. This is the screen Alex was just talking about. So once you follow that link that's in the chat, I'm posting it again there.
And then on this page here, Nathan's has pulled up where it says main script, 1 month subscription. Now, Nathan's already signed in, so it doesn't say select where it says your level. So it'll be here. There'll be a little button that says select. So and after that, it's a pretty simple sign-up process. And
I just want to add one thing that you said in the middle of the webinar that might have been missed. nothing is going to be handed to you on a silver platter. I think this software is going to be amazing, but it's going to take work, right? Learning how to use it, learning how to possibly look at gift card sites, that you can add to it. And so, I just want to caution, don't think that you're going to go there and you're going to set, like he said earlier, a category, and you're going to come back and you may not get nothing in that category. And this is the difference between people that I say have grit or grind. It doesn't mean that if that happens that, oh man, this software is no good. No, it means that you need to figure out the best way to use it. I shared a little earlier, if you weren't in on it, there's a $5 million seller I know who's been using this for 5 years, a very similar type of system, and he has it refined. And so, if you're willing to turn those wheels on in your head, you can make a lot of money by figuring out how to use this software well. And I probably said it in a different way, but I think that you kind of made a point and you said that, right, Alex?
100%. You once you start playing the game sensibly, as you say, you might go to raise.com and get yourself a gift card. In Australia, actually, I use a thing called purse.io, and I can use Bitcoins to buy like Sports Authority gift cards from Amazon at 25% off. But there's a whole bunch of ways you can get that additional. You can stack those discounts, and then you plug those categories into the software. You search those with those high return on investments, and you purchase wisely. Maybe use the product variation tool to select the best shoes and clothes that are going to turn over quickly. It's get to know the tool, experiment with it, and pretty soon. The good thing is it's only Q2. If you're cracking along with this software and using it really well, by Q3 you're going to be filling up your FBA shelves for Q4 in no time.
Excellent. All right, Nate, you have anything?
Yeah, I'll just say there's a couple. I think we have a couple questions. I like what Marcia just said. She said she's been working on it a couple of days, and if you're creative with it, it really opens up things. So I like that because, some people say like, oh, people get in, it doesn't do what you want. Like you said, Andy, it's grind and grit. And if you get a little creative with it, it opens up a lot of possibility for people. And then I also just wanted to show, I'm going to try to go to a new link and see if we can show people a little easier where they would go to once they sign up. So I'm trying to open up this page here, and we'll see if this works. So no, that's not showing up for me, but basically the review code, you're just going to go to the 1 week trial you said, Alex, and then it'll give you the option under main script to hit select, and then you put in the coupon code there.
Yeah, and if anyone has any problems with the sign-up process, the thing is I work my developers like crazy on the back end getting it perfect, and then it's my job to handle the handle things like the sign-up page, and if any of that is remotely confusing, that's not my developer's fault. That's all on me. And for most people, they've had no problem signing up. But if you've got any queries at all, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Skype, and I'll walk you through the process, paint by numbers, and make it nice and easy for you.
Yeah, so it looks like there might be a couple people having issues with the coupon code. So I think that's what Alex is saying.
Can I override your screen share just to show you?
Yeah, let's go back to you here.
All right.
We have one person that's saying it's working with credit card, but not for PayPal.
It works fine for both, but maybe. Okay, so I'm going to just log out, so as if I'm a new user. All right, so we'll go 1 week trial. I'll select here, main script, 1 month subscription. And it says here, do you have a discount code? Click here to enter your discount code. So we're just going to pop that there. And I'll put slam dunk 10. Apply. All right, and now the price has changed to $89 per month.
That's what we want to see.
It's a single page checkout, and you submit and check out. And then once you've done that, then on this page here, just go membership, main script, and you'll be in.
All right, guys. Yes. So put in the Slam Dunk 10. You get the 10-day free trial. You get the 10% off for life there. And then it's pretty simple sign up after that. Everything else is pretty much in place.
So because I know it, it's super intuitive for me, but I guess anybody who hasn't seen it before might think, well, where do I go? You know, so just these two little buttons up here are your friends. One's for the 1 week trial. Here's where you hit for the discount code, and up here, membership, main script. That's pretty much all you need to know.
All right, awesome.
I'm unaware of any PayPal problems, but the credit card system is set up through Stripe, and of course we have an SSL secure site here as well. So so there's no problems whichever way you decide to check out. But I'm unaware that there's any problems with PayPal. We've received PayPal sign-ups as early as last night before I went to bed, so it should be fine.
All right, awesome. I think that gives everyone a good look at it. I know we had a couple more questions. Guys, if you have questions, we might put it in here. We don't want to take too much more of Alex's time. He has his Facebook group. He'll be in Slamazon Bros, so make sure you check that out. I know one person asked about a bulk upload. Is that available currently, Alex, doing a bulk upload?
Oh, yeah, that is also available. So
let's look at that real quick, because I think that's a pretty cool feature if we can just show everyone yet another cool feature of tactical arbitrage here.
Sure thing. So we'll say hot topic, for instance, and we go use bulk. So what we do here is we upload a new file, right? And if you click that button, it'll tell you exactly how it's got to be laid out. So on one page, it's either the URL or the category, depending on what each site needs. And then it's start page, end page, upload. Now, things like OpenOffice and Excel and Macintosh and PC, they all kind of sometimes trip over each other with their CSV export. One thing that works every single time is Google Sheets. So I recommend you pop that data into a Google Sheet. You can export a CSV from there, and then you upload it here, and then you can hit submit, and I'll put your filters in here, hit submit, and let it do its thing. So ultimately what this is going to give you is the ability to scan hundreds and hundreds of pages, like 10 pages from this category, 20 pages from that category, 10 pages from this category, and just let it run. I think we've capped it at 16 hours, where 16 hours I think the software wants you to have your bulk scan done by, but that is a lot of sheets.
All right, so I think that gives us a good look. Guys, there will be a recording if you want to come back and check out some of these features again. We'll have a recording in Slamazon Bros. We might put it up on YouTube. But this coupon code is only going to be good till Sunday. So we're going to try to get this out to everyone over the next day or two. It's limited to Slamazon Bros members and people in our groups. But we're really excited. I just want to give a big shout and thanks to Alex for taking the time to join us and show us all these awesome features, to bring us this really cool tool. And then for allowing Andy and I to twist his arm and get us some special features like that 10-day free trial and 10% off. So we appreciate that, Alex. We appreciate your time and your continued effort into making this one of the best sourcing tools out there. I know that I've enjoyed it a lot just looking at it the last couple of days. So I really appreciate that. Appreciate everyone that's joined us here tonight. We had a really great crowd, some really great questions. Congratulations to Sailor, who won an incredible prize, really, guys. I don't know if everyone heard this, but Andy's given like over $300 away. Alex is giving another great prize. So give a congrats out to Sailor for winning that. But I really appreciate that, Alex.
That's awesome.
Andy, I don't know if you had anything to add, or Alex, if you want to add anything else, but we will have Alex hanging out in the group to answer some of the specific questions. And his Facebook group is really pretty good about answering the questions really, and that way you can answer everyone at once. But besides that, again, I'm going to post the link one last time in chat here for everyone, and the coupon code of Slam Dunk 10, so that you can get the 10-day trial and the 10% off. So anyone that wants to check out Tactical Arbitrage, I would go to that link. You have to go through our link, and you have to use the Slam Dunk coupon to get those awesome features. Anything else, Alex, to sign us off? Anything else you have for us tonight?
No, I think that's pretty much it. We're always adding improvements. We're always open to communication, and we want to make this the best sourcing tool there is on the market, because I want to be proud of it. I want to be proud of my own creation, and that's only going to reflect in your user experience. So please communicate with me. Chuck me your ideas. Chuck me your thoughts, and stay in contact. And together we'll make this an awesome platform.
All right. Well, big shout out to Alex. Big shout out to everyone who joined us tonight. Everyone, thank Andy Slammons for being an awesome leader in our community and just being a great guy. So I always
thank you, Andy. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to meet Andy at Denver, and what a great guy. Everybody here doesn't need to be told. Everybody here is already on board with that. But it's the first time I've met Andy and Nathan, and just solid people. Love to meet them both. It was great.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Again, sign up through our link to get the 10% off for life, 10-day free trial. No brainer there. At least try it out, everyone. And that'll do it for tonight. Check out the Slamazon Bros Facebook group. Check out the Amazing Freedom page that we're just getting started. But if you guys can give that a like, that's always helpful. Check us out in the group. Alex is hanging out in our group. He's become an awesome member in our group as well. And we'll see you guys for the next one.
All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care.
Peace, guys.